All right. Hello, everyone. Oh, wrong chat. Let me know if the audio. Oh, hold on. Actually, there we go. The music wasn't even on for you guys. But hello. This is the stream. It's always the stream, isn't it? We're back to Spearmaster. You guys know what's up with this. We're doing more runs. This particular song is a little bit too loud. I did just lower it a little bit. Funny song. I'm already the Spearmaster with 2 spears. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of timers on the screen. Maybe I should turn some of those off. But I think I'm able to keep the timers off for the whole run and then turn them on. Or make them display at the very end to see what the actual times are. Because it just kind of covers up a lot of the screen. Or maybe I can change the opacity. I don't know if I can do that. It's just a little bit annoying. Especially if I'm doing something at the top of the screen. And that roll sometimes doesn't work. Nice drop load. Might have been able to stab that red. I need to go though. Red waiting for me. Lizard, kind of don't like that. He's gonna be right. Well, maybe I can. Oh, centipede. Better option. Back here. There we go. Overseer eye throw boost? What do you mean, like a throw boost that also kills an overseer? I haven't been doing as many Spearmaster runs recently. Throw boost with eye. Fortunately, the eye does not let you throw boost. You need to throw with like a rock or a spear to get the extra speed. Hello, welcome to the stream. Time to die to something. I guess I'm a little bit out of practice. Yep. Yep. Wow, okay. I didn't think it'd be that bad. Finally, that's really slow, but whatever. You know, maybe I just won't try too hard to get a perfect run. As in resets. This is a slow start, but I mean, that's not too much of a difference. I need some spears now. But recently, I totally missed that, but also I'm just gonna fight this guy. That was effective. It's already dead. The mask is in a really awkward spot. It's not a problem. Too many spears in the way. Okay, so this is like minus time, but plus mask, so maybe it balances out. If I can just like sprint through the rest of this area. Okay, I forgot how to fastball climb. If I can just sprint through the rest of this area, I might save time overall. Because industrial is usually really dangerous without a mask. Of course, you don't consistently get a mask here. Also, the game might be lagging. Oh, goodbye, egg bug. See that the timer here totally covers this tunnel. Like you can still see what's going on, but also I guess I could turn off the millisecond to make it a little bit shorter. See if I can adjust the lag. Adjust it. Hopefully get rid of it. It is gate. Oh wait, is this? Hold on, no. This is kind of a bad start. I'm still a minute behind. I thought it might be because of the new timer. Is adding the time from the karma cache, but no, this is just slow. But it makes sense because the beginning of the run was pretty slow, and then like fighting the vultures, so that's like only losing a minute from all of that. Don't need the lag timer on. Isn't that the one that counts? Or is it the timer at the top of the screen? Oh, okay. I thought the lag... Okay, I'm bad. I thought that the lag timer was like the new free timer slash fixed timer, because there's like... It went from free to fixed to lag in like a few days. So I don't know which one is the real version. Because you said that the free version, or the free timer, was the one that we should use for timing runs. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. The one at the top matters. Okay. So I can just turn off the bottom one and then turn off milliseconds. have liked to have hit him. This is the first run of today, yes? It's kind of an awkward run. Hold up, I need to test if this works with non-rivulet characters, because it'd be really useful tech. If it is. Please move out of the way. Yeah, so apparently if you exit a tunnel that is facing upwards, you can hold jump and then the direction that you want to move, and you will just walk out of the tunnel without ever like leaving the ground. Super useful. Thank you for the luck. So I have no idea what the pace is now. I know what pace I want to be around. I want to get to the chimney gate at about 5 minutes, which is about 5 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, with the fixed timer. I don't know the rest of them. I think I remember when I want to get to Pebbles, or when I want to leave Pebbles. I think I remember that time. It's like around 20 minutes or something. Should keep milliseconds. Could I leave off milliseconds and then turn it on after the run is done so that you can see it on the end screen? Just so that doesn't get in the way of gameplay, but you could still see it at the end of the run. Goodbye, Blue. Good luck with that vulture. Also, notice that the lag timer is a solid, like, 4 seconds behind the timer at the top. Like, that's how much the game is lagging. It's actually lost, like, 4 seconds. If that is how the timer works. Maybe it's losing time for other reasons. Excuse me. Ah, that really sucks. That actually might end the run if these Scions stick around. What I mean is that if I turn off milliseconds for most of the run, but when I finish the run, if I finish the run, then turn the milliseconds on so that you can see it on the end screen. So that to get the final time of the run, you could see it there with like how many milliseconds, but during the run, it wouldn't actually be there and get in the way. Is this guy mad at me now? Yeah, he is. He's running around so erratically. Okay, whatever. So this one I can turn off. Does not affect the timer shown in menus. Wait, does this? So this should still show milliseconds, but when I'm in game, it won't. So no milliseconds anymore. Okay, so it looked like this still works. Rather see. Well, I would rather have a better experience when attempting to speedrun, so I'm just gonna leave it off. There's already like so much less cluttering the top of the screen, so I'll just leave it like this. Okay, it's already going great. Oh, I don't have any of the auto splitters set up. Honestly, I don't even really like dealing with the splits at all. Just the only one that I have right now is just for the whole run. Just to get an easier real-time timer. I don't really like splits. I think they're just distracting. Oh gosh. Okay, wait, if I can save to game time. I mean, I think it's nice to have it as real time because you're still tracking real time on the leaderboards, right? RTA. Otherwise, I guess you would just like check how long the video is. Okay, I don't know how to do that. I do know how to do it, but I'm bad at it. It's fine. Interesting song to play here. That roll is inconsistent. Hello. Welcome to the screen. That was way too fast. Way out of that pipe. Drop. Let's just go the other way. I like how I mean, maybe the red lizard missed, but maybe it tried to shoot me first instead of the drop wig. Okay, I was hoping I got 2 tips from that. This is kind of slow. This is actually like 8 seconds slow. I guess the splits are also nice for tracking number of attempts. Although it's totally inaccurate because I don't have the splits on all the time. Or I didn't have them on for a long time. So like my first bunch of streams attempting Spearmaster didn't even have splits at all, so all of those attempts aren't counted. Although maybe that's only like 50 more attempts total. Maybe it would be nice to have the splits set up such that they show like kind of some of the statistics of the run. Oh gosh. Like I think there's a way you can have the splits track like how often you've made it to a certain segment. So you can kind of get an idea of like which parts of the run I die at the most. like 100, like 300 attempts make it to outskirts, and then like 150 attempts make it to industrial, and then like 120 attempts make it to chimney, and like just stuff like that, you know? That stuff is kind of cool, but I don't really know how to set it up, and I'm not going to set it up now. And you'd be missing most of the statistics anyway, all the data. I'm obviously after one really good run. I forgot to make spears. It's fine, I can just do this. I'm bad. I mean, my main problem with that kind of situation is if you get one really good run, then every single run that you do will look bad in comparison. Your splits will always be in the red. It's like, well, I guess I'm just bad. Even though you're probably just doing fine, you know. But in comparison to that one really good run, it's not as good. But for like the very beginning of the run, like getting to the industrial gate, there's a lot of RNG. Like if you pick up items in the very beginning, like right now, like I'm gonna try to look for rocks and spears. I didn't get any, so now I need to sit here for a few seconds and create spears. So if you get lucky, you can save a few seconds here. If you get food really easily, like if a centipede shows up right next to the shelter, you can stab them twice and immediately just immediately get food. And then if you do the drag and jump first try, all of that combined, you'll save like 12, 15 seconds or something like that. I don't know. I never timed this stuff. But you'll save a lot of time, and then every single future attempt, if you don't get lucky in all those different ways, you're going to lose time. You know, your splits will always be in the red. Okay, I'm bad. Maybe it's not worth attempting that, because I'm just gonna end up resetting more runs. Okay, well, no, there's a rock right here. I didn't pick it up, because I'm not going to do it. Hello, welcome to the stream. Throwing, even though this is literally the very start. I think just jumping earlier there is better. Oh man, I just thought about the MSC percent run. I've yet to submit that. And I'm kind of worried that there might be something wrong with the video for whatever reason. And that I'll need to check it. Because the Gourmand, one of the Gourmand runs that I did, had a big cut in it because the stream went out for a bit. And so when I submitted it, it didn't get verified because a big chunk of the run was missing. Like, oh damn, if I just watched the... Whoops. Actually, not whoops. That's whoops though. And then, oh my gosh. Okay, that's just a big waste of time. So it's like, it was a reminder that I need to check my submissions, or my speedruns before I submit them. make sure there isn't any obvious problems. But with the MSE% run, it's like 4 hours long. It's like, well, I can rewatch the entire thing. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. I should probably just submit it. I think I already have the video prepared. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was recording that stream, so I don't think there should be any problems. Unless recording such a long video broke something somehow. That's the kind of lucky food that you want to get. Usually not a lizard though, they can be annoying to hit consistently with the spear. I should probably just focus on the run. Another one of those moments where I'm just stuck in the beginning of the run, and there's still like so much stuff remaining. It really does feel like pushing a boulder up a hill forever. They make it to the very top so rarely, and then they'll roll all the way back down. Boulder Master. Remember that I don't always have a mask, And these lizards are actually dangerous. Oh, he didn't fall out of the pipe. Okay. At least he moved out of the way. That red lizard knew something was up. Why is he looking at the floor? That's annoying. Yeah, like I could actually grab this spear. Wow. Bye, Cyan. Hello. Welcome to the stream. This is a decent pace. This is the Spearmaster. I guess I should keep both spears. There's something else in this room? I don't think so. Normal vulture. I've been getting a lot of normal vultures recently. Well, goodbye. Funny when you get the mask immediately, it's like you just ignore them. Like, yeah, I just crippled him for the rest of his life. Well, who knows how it works in Rain World, but he's now crippled and I just kind of run away. Like, have fun. Usually they can still fly though, which is honestly something that really surprises me. How easily vultures can fly after they've been injured. I mean, obviously there's a point where they're so injured that it's hard for them to do anything, but... Okay, I forgot how to do this jump. I need to actually remember. Don't mind me. That was a risk, because I wouldn't be able to take the spear out of the wall if I messed it up. There's scavengers here. He's chill. He's cool. I didn't throw a rock at you or anything. You don't land on that platform automatically. I don't know why I didn't know that. I just assumed I could walk off. Maybe that's like Survivor, but like Spearmaster's too fast. Please move. Yeah, they could just die. And then they're back to perfect health. I was thinking like Artificer has a scar on her face. She probably got injured there and then sheltered. So that the injury became permanent, you know? Whereas if you were to get injured and then die, then you're totally fine because it just resets, you know? Kind of weird. Sucks for all the creatures that get like a limb amputated or something, but they actually survive. Although that's probably very rare. But if they get like a really bad injury and then they shelter, now it's just permanent, and they're always gonna suffer. Probably part of what the ancients. I mean, I'm pretty sure that given an infinite life, you're kind of bound to rack up a few like chronic illnesses or, you know, impairments in some ways. Ancient hospitals were probably just like, if you have any injury that would not be able to recover fully, just die then. Like that's just the best alternative. Because then if you survive, then you're just gonna have that injury for the rest of your life, forever. Yeah, disease is also old age. Doesn't really make sense. Like, do you just become old and then die of old age and then you're just like old forever? And it's like an endless loop. Yeah, honestly, that's something that I would like. I mean, for speedruns, it's kind of irrelevant because you would just reset anyway, but for casual runs, I think a mechanic like that would be cool where instead of the like random death mechanic from lizard bites, it was you would be guaranteed to survive, but if you got out, you'd be injured. Kind of like Saint. Saint gets injured for long periods of time. That's a drop away. That was a little sketchy. I'm gonna bet on this rock. Nice. Okay, King Vulture. Hopefully he just left. If he's still hanging out there, I'm just gonna die. We're good. Don't get me. Sometimes King Vultures, or Vultures in general, or yeah, just King Vultures, they will grab something with the harpoon and then just kill you anyway, even though they already caught something else. I mean, I guess like 2 for 1. They'll just leave the other creature at the end of the harpoon. Yeah, you would heal at a shelter. Just the way that lizards insta-kill you sometimes quite annoying. They're scavengers. They might be elites. No? Just one? I hope it's just one. Good job. Blood and darkness. Okay. Maybe that happens. So even if you like die of old age or of some kind of chronic illness, you might respawn much further in the past before any of that even happened at all. I have food. Yes. I need to remember what the route is. It's been a while. Always appreciate Outer Expanse music. Ah, hate that. Oh, I was there. I entered the pipe. Okay. Really jank, but it worked out. Still time loss though. I tend to make really dumb mistakes in pebbles, so I'm actually just gonna shut up and focus entirely on avoiding dumb mistakes that lose a lot of time. Hole in one. Okay, minor problem. I don't think that saved any time. Also, I'm going down to purgatory. Wasn't that bad. I should have just kept going on that trajectory. It was totally fine. Actually, the first time I've ever gone into good angle right here. And I can throw it to the side right about now. That was bad timing. I should have done it earlier. Don't pick that up. Please. I mean, we don't even know if old age is really a thing in Rain World. I kind of think of it as like an inevitable part of life, but I mean, maybe there's a way life could have evolved to have no problems with old age, such that their bodies can like keep repairing themselves, because obviously like parts of your body are going to be kind of deteriorating at all times. That's just physics. But then, like, if there's a way to repair it at the same time, then maybe it can go on indefinitely. Yeah, actually needed some neurons for the glow. That's good. Because, you know, there was that theory about Saint that they were created way back from Sliver of Straw when their, like, triple affirmative announcement was made. But, like, And then Saint from there went and like started ascending a bunch of iterators. Like, how would they live that long to traverse between the iterators for so long, all the way up until the current time, or like the time when you play as Saint? You know, if aging isn't really a thing, if it just really isn't a problem, then, you know, that could still explain that. Please. Okay, that went well. I think that was probably like one of my best doubles yet. Not really. Well, I don't know. The beginning of the run might have been slower, but this part was definitely pretty good. Nothing major that really was that bad. It is a little bit strange that you only gain that ability. I mean, with that theory, I guess it kind of falls apart there. Like, why would they, if they've been going around ascending iterators for a long time, why would they only get the ability now, after collecting these aggros? And how do they even get here with such low karma? How'd they end up in Sky Islands anyway, you know? Probably added some things that mess with lore accuracy, you think? This chat has had, or this stream has had many discussions about the accuracy of Downpour lore. And how it's not great. Usually what it boils down to. That's a little bit of a risk. I don't know if there's anything over here. There's no spears yet. Fundamentally not possible. That's what Saint makes it look like, you know? That even if there was a solution that could be found, there'd be no way to get the information back. Oh no. Kind of strange considering that Saint is able to ascend things, and that's what it says in game. Like, press this button to ascend, to perform an ascension, you know. It's like, well, they're clearly able to ascend things, so how are they created? If a solution is impossible, or maybe a solution is impossible for iterators to create, but Saint was created for from some other reason. I need to focus. I actually got pretty lucky in Underhang. only like a silent lizard was a big problem. I'm just gonna do this. Always the easiest solution. A white lizard. Oh, perfect timing with that cyan. As long as it didn't see me. I'm being very careful here to look out for a drop wig, by the way. You're wondering why I'm going so slow. Also, I should have taken that slowly because there's always a lizard right there. Oh, here is the lizard in question. Okay, it's fine. I think I should remember to... Well, I've kind of been doing it this round, but I want to get used to throwing the pearl ahead of me. So I can, like, pick it up on the future. Okay, that's actually most creatures in this area taken care of. And its dropwig is in a good spot. I'm still looking out for the second dropwig, though. That was a strange option. Dropwig is here, but actually, well, okay. Okay, that works. Hopefully that dropwig doesn't lineage danger of killing them, because apparently they might lineage into a white lizard and spawn at the very top of the region. I have not confirmed that, but it has happened before in testing. Had more involvement from the original devs. I kind of wish that was the case too, although it's kind of hard to know what they would have wanted to do, or if they were even interested at all. Like, maybe they were just kind of done with Rain World. And they were just like, ah, yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. We're not really involved in this anymore. Who knows? Maybe the devs did have an idea. Just maybe in, like, some notes somewhere, or just, like, in their mind. Like, some ideas about the game. Like, yeah, this is what would happen in the future. This is what the timeline would look like. This is what happens to Pebbles and Moon. And, you know, they're just keeping that locked away somewhere. And we'll never know what should have happened. But honestly, maybe if it's not part of the game, then it isn't canon either. Even if it's from... If the original devs had some ideas for what they would think the game should be like in the future, or what a DLC would look like. Maybe it's just like... It's just like... headcanon for them too. Like, unless they actually write it down as part of the game, then that still isn't actually officially canon. This is risky. Okay, we're good. Sometimes you'll see it like AMAs from game developers that they don't even have a good idea of what the lore of their game is, or like the answers to some mysteries. Like, they don't know either, unless they like sit down and actually like write down like official lore for the game. Then it's just they're also speculating, you know. bad. It is bad. Not awful. Could have been worse. Yeah, there'll be times where a developer will be asked a question and they're like, I don't know. Here's my theory, but that's not official. Okay. This is kind of a good cycle, but I still just have to wait for a while. For a while. This is just random, by the way. You see how fast that room is if I'm standing in that one spot. That was a mistake. Hey guys, it's break time. If you wanna go do something, here's your chance. You have like a few minutes. Get some water. You know what's really funny about base game? There's a large chunk of the lore that is pretty much only for the purposes of explaining the rots. Because Pebbles was... I think this is kind of going backwards. But Pebbles was inspired by another iterator to conduct the experiments that resulted in the rots. And he only got that idea, or he only decided to do that because he was in some like extremist groups. And those extremist groups arose because of discussions about Sliver of Straw and their whole triple affirmative, that whole event. And so basically everything that happens with Sliver of Straw is all just to explain the rot. You know, it all leads to that. Because I'm pretty sure that, I mean, well, I don't know how Rainworld was developed, but the rot could have just been a game mechanic. Like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had this big like robot thing and it had this like disease stuff in it as like an obstacle? Or maybe they made the DLL and they were like just thinking that it was a cool creature, you know, and then like, oh shoot, we need like lore to explain all this stuff. Like, I don't know if lore or like gameplay came first, but maybe they needed an explanation for all the rot and they just kind of kept going when they ended up with this whole like triple affirmative backer suggested creature. So some backer created like one of the main plot points of the game. I mean, unless your game is like based around the story as like one of its main focuses, then I don't think you should focus too much on lore as like a starting point. Like, you usually start with gameplay, and then if you want, and if you have time, then maybe like, you can kind of work on the lore as a bit of an explanation for what's going on. But I think I like the most when an understanding of a game's lore helps you make predictions about the gameplay. Like, if you're familiar with Rainworld's lore, then you can understand some things that are going to be happening in the timeline, like how Moon is inaccessible as Artificer, or that Moon is accessible as Spearmaster, or that Pebbles has collapsed for Saint, maybe. Or that, like, the moment you start Rivet's campaign, and you see that it's raining a bunch, you might have an idea that something is wrong with Pebbles. Just because you're familiar with the lore, you know. And then when you go to Pebbles and you see what's going on, you're like, oh, it all makes sense, you know. That kind of stuff is kind of where it's actually cool that it's in a part of the game. I mean, usually, I don't care about lore at all in games. So I don't know what it's usually supposed to be like. I don't really have any other good examples. Why did you go up? That was kind of not great. Great jump. Job, Spearmaster. Oh gosh. I didn't know that would happen in low gravity. I don't even think that it's necessarily the lore that is important for Rainworld. I mean, it depends on what you count as lore, but just the fact that it all builds up to making a very interesting world. Like, you don't need to read any Pearl dialogue to find the iterators fascinating, or the depths, or the echoes. Those are just cool things to explore, you know? Rainworld is a game about exploration, and these are just a bunch of cool things to find, and the lore is just kind of there to explain what's going on. But even if you don't care about any dialogue at all, it's still cool. I mean, you play Rainworld, you will still experience a lot of interesting things. I think that's mostly what makes Rainworld special. I don't know if you would count that as lore, though. Maybe like world building, environmental storytelling. I don't know. That's kind of fun to imagine. If Ran World didn't have any dialogue or didn't have any like pearls or the core at all. Everything would be the same, but you just couldn't read anything to explain what's going on. And the only dialogue that you would get would be from like Pebbles telling you where to go and Moon saying like hi, although that's not much. And you would just have to like put together the puzzle all on your own, like what is going on here. I really don't like this. There's a spitter spider in like the next room. Okay, I had to kill him. Although that was like the worst way to do it. I missed a few times. He's dead, and I'm not gonna get killed by him. It's just a regular spider. Nope. Hunt the spider, dude. And then the white lizard. That was way too close. Why is everyone here? They're just sitting there. wasn't enough. I can go back to... Man. I just messed up. I just made a mistake. Nothing else was happening. No, that was no RNG, no... I just messed up. It was at the point where, like, maybe I could have made it if I kept moving forward, but then I wouldn't be able to, like, recover by going backwards. I was just kind of stuck in the middle. I couldn't grab onto anything. I've been doing that for a very long time. I've mostly been using that skip, but I just haven't been to that part of the run very often at all. Even though I practice it a ton. I did a bunch of practice runs starting from Moon going to Sky Islands. That was a totally fine run. Everything was going great. I should have there was a Mirror's Vulture there last time, I think. Or a Mirror's Vulture and a White Lizard had been a problem in that room. Next best demos. I don't know anything about that. I did see that it exists. Okay, what room is that? Backlog. All I had to do. Really bad room to get a sign. He can climb the super easy. Nothing pressures you to do a jump first try more than Flying Lizard chasing you down. Like, don't mess up. You will die. Singular bat fly. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just mad. Did the pearl fall? It didn't. Just pretend that I know how to play this game. Man, I've died a lot to White Lizards and Underhang just because I'd run straight into them. I don't know why that's a problem. don't like go anywhere near them. Now I'm thinking I'll just move so fast that they can't grab me, and then I get stuck in a pole, or I get stuck on the lizard, or something happens. Cycle timer is totally wrong. But I think it was such a long cycle, it wouldn't have started raining anyway. Thank you. Vulture 2. Thank you. A way to store things. I mean, the fact that they can't store items is just part of the challenge of the campaign. Very intentionally designed that way. This doesn't work out. This guy's just gonna be annoying. It's my spear. Oh well. Radio receiver and Spearmaster's head. That doesn't really make sense, but I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. Doesn't make sense. I do kind of want to look at that. Maybe later. Okay, I think everything's correct now. Nice movement. I don't know if I've... Ooh. Thank you, Red Lizard. I don't know if I've talked about this on stream yet, but I recently tried running a bit of any percent. And honestly, it's kind of a fun category. It's kind of split. It's like... It's not like amazing, because it is around the ends and the depths. So there's a point where if you try to optimize depths movement a lot, it becomes really annoying. Like E slides and EA hops are really difficult, but they're also the fastest options, so like it'd be really annoying to learn those. But just doing like really basic movement in the depths, and the run is like pretty good. And the whole thing is only like 13 minutes, and some of the time I spent like karma caching. So like a big chunk of the run is just waiting in like gates and karma caching. Like, that actually makes up a significant portion. So I do kind of I think I might stream it this week. I'll see about that. Maybe on Saturday. So many enemies though. Spearmaster, honestly, is Spearmaster very fun? I don't know if I can say that either. I definitely think. I mean, the character's okay. There's times in like casual Spearmaster runs, or maybe in like expeditions, where Spearmaster is okay. But I think I still prefer Hunter. And then like everything else that happens in the campaign is just worse. So. Oh wow. Kind of looks like I'm good at the game or something. But that can't be. Not a mistake. Doing challenges at some point. I keep pushing those back. I don't, because the schedule right now, I actually kind of have a stable schedule right now, where I do a Spearmaster run on Tuesday, some rivulet practice on Friday, and then something else on Saturday. Right, that's kind of the schedule. I forgot to create these earlier. There's the spear right there, of course. So if I wanted to do the challenges, I'd only be able to do it once a week with the schedule on Saturday. The idea is that I finish Spearmaster anytime in the next like decade, and then that will open up space to like do the challenges, right? That was the plan. Or I would do challenges after completing all the story percent runs. But Spearmaster took way too long, and now my rivulet world record has been broken. So okay. So now it would take like extra time to add that on. If I wait until I get all the world records for story percent, then I have to go back and do more rivulet too. It's a lot of extra waiting. Had I gotten the Spearmaster world record, like, please move in this other direction. Like, had I gotten the Spearmaster world record, like, several weeks ago, then I would have been fine. I could have just moved on to other things, you know. But Spearmaster ruins everything, as always. Okay, I don't like this. Especially don't like that mistake. Hopefully it helps you realize how much of a problem Spearmaster has been for me. Like, the run itself isn't, like, awful. Like, I don't absolutely hate, the run itself. It's just, I mean, I could have gotten lucky and finished a run weeks ago. And I would have been like, yeah, that was rough, but we're out of there now, right? It could have been like that. But this is the 19th stream of Spearmaster. And those are, what, like 9 or like 12 streams that I could have been doing something else more interesting. For me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But there's like plenty of ideas that I had for other speedruns I wanted to try, other challenges that I wanted to try, maybe some expeditions, maybe some mods. And all of it is like, nope, I need to do Spearmaster. So it's still on the list of things that I have yet to finish. Like, is he really gonna run away? You suck. 20th time at the charm. Yeah, 2 runs so far have made it to Sky Islands. This guy runs away too. Didn't want us. Actually, that was a good move, because that means the vulture will be down here instead of somewhere else where it could actually attack me. Crazy strategy. That was a really weak throw. I might stream Spearmaster tomorrow if I have to. Probably will. Chaos. I don't have to. It's just a goal that I've set for myself. I guess it's whatever that's called. When you spend so long on something, you don't want to stop doing it. It's like, imagine if I've done 19 streams attempting Spearmaster, each one about 3 hours, and the end result is that I got nothing out of it. Oops. I basically just wasted my time for all of those streams. It was just for nothing, you know. I mean, I feel like that is still kind of the case. It's kind of a big waste of time. But at least I could say, after all of these attempts, I've finally been able to get the perfect run or whatever. I kind of hate this run, by the way. As in the one that I'm doing right now. Sunk cost fallacy. Yes. That's a drop weight. I'm bad. You know the King Vulture mask. Goodness. How slow this is. Ah, good job. Okay, at least, okay. He moved out of the way anyway. He's trying to be nice. I'll just take the spear real quick. Did that rock kill him? Time for a kill squad later in the run. Okay, I want to at least grab the spear back, but it's not a huge deal. I think this run is kind of bad, just in general. This is Scavenger in the way up there. Ah. Okay. Oh, I actually hit him. Am I like a minute behind? I feel like I was here at like 13 minutes before. Don't ever roll there. Forgot about that. Good job. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Then you'll just go in a perfectly straight line, you know, never run into anything, and sometimes you'll just like slightly drift and eventually like run into a wall. I don't know why, it just happens sometimes. One Spearmaster attempt for every other stream. Probably not. I mean, I feel like a lot of attempts would be like, let's say I wanted to do a Spearmaster attempt at the end of the stream. That means that, let's say that there's an hour left before or until I want to end the stream, which is enough time to do one full Spearmaster run. Okay. And instead, I immediately die in, like, outskirts. Alright, that's my one attempt up. I guess I still have, like, an hour left to do whatever else, you know? So alright, I'll start it with like 30 minutes left. But then that ends up being a really good run and the stream goes on for way too long. I guess that's not a huge deal because, I mean, if I'm ever going to let a stream go on for longer, it'd probably be when I get a really good Spearmaster attempts going. Like, I wouldn't mind if the stream is going longer for that. Don't think world record runs can ever be fun. I think that the Rivulet run is pretty fun. It's very movement focused. There is a point where the more you try to optimize it, the more frustrating it becomes. The more you're just resetting after every small mistake. That can definitely happen. For a run like Rivet the Story Percent, it's a little bit less random. A lot less, like significantly less random than Spearmaster. And so it's much more of a skill of your, or a much better test of your skill and consistency with the movement over whether you get like one lucky attempt. It also helps that, it actually helps in this case that Rand World isn't really as popular to speedrun. If you're going for a world record in a really optimized game, it only becomes very, very challenging without absolute perfection. And you basically just need to spend all of your time grinding out this one run to get world record. That's what can happen in other speedrun games, which isn't really the case for any Rivulet or any Rain World category at the moment. Like, if I wanted to, I think I have like plenty of time to take or to be careful on this run. The world record is about 40 or 55 minutes. Actually, I kind of forget what it is now. If someone could check. Let's assume it's 55 minutes. I have like 5 minutes to spare, you know. A perfect run would be about 50 minutes exactly. Assuming that like nothing goes wrong at all, which is unrealistic. But basically it means that I have 5 minutes to just like take my time and make mistakes and deal with creatures. That's a lot of time that I have just extra, you know. So I don't think it's too difficult to beat the world record, 55:28. The problem is that I don't want to beat it by like 10 seconds or like a minute. Like, because the world record is also a challenge run that inherently loses a few minutes just because of that's what you need to do in the challenge. So I don't think I'm really beating the world record if I just beat it by a little bit because that's the time that he lost from the challenge. Plus, it'd be unsatisfying to leave a record with so much time to save without like doing anything with it, you know. Like, by the way, world record can be improved by like 3 minutes. Like, I want to take that time save, you know. It's like sitting there. This is not a good run. I'm about a minute behind. Or maybe like a little bit less than a minute. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. I didn't see you. Can I kill him right here? Yeah. That's annoying, but it's manageable. More manageable than going all the way back out of the room. Oh, that pool is there. You suck. I don't really like this. Okay, that worked out. There's still a Silent Lizard over here. Who's a real problem. This Droplet is gonna chase me. They're right there. They're just chilling up there, waiting for me. Okay, I don't know where they are. They might have gone into the shelter. Yep. They like to do that for some reason. That shelter in particular. Well, alright. We're still going. I know that the sum of best, or, well, I don't really have a sum of best for this category. Because my splits are not very good. But I know that a sub 50 run is possible. So the challenge alone, or maybe just his runs in particular, lose, well, like almost 4 minutes. That's fun. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Blue lizard. Another lizard. Please don't enter right now. Okay, that's kind of an annoying spot. Okay, thank you. Tropic is down there, which is really nice. Hey, bug. Oops, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Excuse me. I can't really make any noise on the poles to attract him. I couldn't really drop the pearl either, so I had to do that. That's the best way to deal with that. There's a white lizard and one more dropwig left that I haven't seen. Job. Spearmaster's extra damage actually makes a big difference when dealing with lizards like that. Because there's, with like Survivor, and especially Monk, you might get a low damage roll and not injure them enough for them to like try to run away. And they might just try to keep trying to go after you, even after you've stabbed them. Usually it'll take I'm glad that's consistent. Usually it will take like 2 spear hits to make them injured enough to want to run away back to their shelter. Gravity. Good job. Okay, what's the cycle time? Plenty of time. This is a really long cycle, goodness. You know what's funny? I've been watching this playthrough. Someone playing Rainworld for the first time. This was more of a thing for the first few streams because he's gotten better at the game, of course. But the rain is like surprisingly a big problem for new players. Because like, as a speedrunner who's familiar with the map, rain is like a non-issue. Like I know how to navigate so well that I can just like travel to any region I want within like a few cycles. Yes, it is all over. But seeing a new player like explore around outskirts, it's like, whoa, the rain, like, it's starting to rain before he's even found another shelter, you know? I mean, usually when the rain is a problem, you're only a few rooms away from a shelter, but you just don't know where that shelter is, right? So, like, that's part of it. Just knowing where shelters are helps a lot, obviously. But also, like, sometimes you can barely even get from one shelter to the next. There's parts of the game, like memory crypts. There's, like, one shelter at the beginning and one shelter in, like... Oh, shoot. I went way too high. And then another shelter... I didn't go too high. Another shelter all the way in the leg. And if you don't, like, keep moving at a consistent rate, it can actually be quite difficult to make it all the way there in one cycle. And usually I don't really mind the rain too much, just thinking about this game in general. Like, oh yeah, it's Rainworld. You know, time limit is totally like a normal mechanic. Kind of like encourage you to keep going, but sometimes it can like really hurt exploration. Like you just kind of want to wander around. What's in this room? What's in this room? You know. And then sometimes it's like it can just be crippling. Like you can barely go anywhere without having to like constantly go back to a shelter. I mean, you can either blindly search for a shelter and probably die to the rain, or you could just go back to the shelter that you know, like the shelter that you came from, and you just end up making like barely any progress at all. Small mistake here. I think Spearmaster in particular gets really long cycles just because they're early in the timeline before the iterators start falling apart. I mean, except for Moon, I guess. But Moon's problem is that she doesn't have enough water, so it makes sense. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Fitting Moon emote. But like sometimes you get these really long cycles that basically means that the timer doesn't even exist for these speedruns. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't want to travel across the entire map. Go ahead. You have enough time. Whoa, bouncy. Any issues with speedrun timer fix other than it being a little bit annoying on the top of the screen? No, there hasn't been any issues. I mean, I got rid of some of the timers, so it's not as, I'm not really as bothered by it. As well as the milliseconds. I think I'm fine with the way it looks now. Because I like initially I just had all the timers on with milliseconds. But I found out that the top timer is the one that we're using for timing, so I could disable the other one, and then milliseconds I don't really care about. And I think the milliseconds show on the end screen anyway. So I can just leave it like this and it's not as big of a problem. Apparently, there were problems with the speedrun timer fix and Spearmaster in particular, but I don't know what happened exactly. So I don't really know what to look out for. Unless it's like a game crash, but... Oh shoot, that sucks. Well, goodbye to this run. I didn't touch your neurons. Nope, don't worry about it. This one little ledge there is really annoying. Why did you not? Moon had the shoreline threat. I don't know. It's too high. Too far, too far. I thought the gravity would change by now. Goodness. It actually might really mess up this cycle. Shoot, I need to go fast. Okay, we're safe. Oof. As you can escape. Please. This is a weird run. Kinda, it's a weird category, or I guess any speedrun that's like this long. The more, like, there's times where you, like, get a lot of time losses really early. Oh, that's a bad outskirts, that's a bad industrial, that's a bad chimney. And then you just have to go through the rest of the run knowing that you're behind by like a decent amount. And even if you get lucky later and you save a lot of time in the end, it's still not as good as it could have been. Like, oh, this run would have been like a whole minute faster if I just didn't mess up at the very beginning. You know, but you also don't want to reset so often because then you rarely get an opportunity to actually finish runs. Drop wig. He's gonna, like, immediately get me. He's just gonna hang out here. Fine. Oh, okay. Thank you. Almost reached the next hole. Looking at the threat meter, that entire room. White lizard here. That's the white lizard. Okay, that was a risk. 'Cause I've messed up that jump before. Why is there threat in this room? I hate doing this. I got stuck. It was like I either just try to like run by and just run past them, or just wait and then possibly get stuck in the tunnel. I don't. That was just. I think I just messed up. Like I should have just done something earlier. Well, all right. That's probably all the good runs I'm gonna get today, so time to die in Industrial 10 times in a row. Do I do something stupid here? Messed up. That room is really weird. The one with the sign lizard. Because the sign lizard and the spitter spider in that room can't like make up their mind. They always like move back and forth and they stick around that pipe for a long time. I don't know why they do that. Especially because there's nothing over there at all. Like why would they ever want to go in that direction? There's no creatures there except for the sign lizard and the spitter spider. They're the only creatures over there, so they're not going to get any food. It immediately leads to a dead end with the gates. So like, what is the reason to go in that direction other than just to mess up? I'm making so many dumb mistakes. Why do they need to hang out around there other than just to make this run more difficult? I guess I'm not even going for the dragon jump anymore. I guess you don't call it the dragon jump. Wall, it's a specific kind of wall pounce, but I don't know what it's called. There's like so many different kinds of wall pounces. I don't know the names for them, or if they even have names at all. That one wall pounce in Outskirts is called the dragon jump just because of the room that it's in. Even though the movement can be used anywhere, it's just the only place that's really practical. I'm still haunted by the time that I said that I was consistent at that jump. And I've only ever messed it up since. Can you move? No, yeah, whatever. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Done that twice already. Please. I was waiting for a white lizard somewhere. Oh, two of them. Oh, I see. I'm just dead. Ah. Nice wall jump. Okay, this is like mediocre pace. You know, actually this reminds me, sometimes there's people who make posts about their Rain World runs. They're like, hey guys, how's this run? And they show the end screen with all the stats. And it's only like, I don't know, like 30k points. And I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty good score run. And then I see that it took them like 100 cycles. It's funny how like the more competitive side of Rain World is so small. Like no one cares about score runs or speed runs. So there's nothing wrong with a run that's like 100 cycles long. Sure, that's a great run. Even though score runners only need like 30 cycles to get the same or even more amount of points, you know? I'm sure it's a great run for them, like, I'm sure it was great. But I'm used to seeing like score runs. This sucks. I hate this. There's another king vulture. Ah. I'm basically just like spamming buttons. I'm just a button masher. Artificer single cycle score runs are crazy. They are. Like 2,000 points or something you can get. Or is 2,000 the goal for that run? I forget what the milestone is, but yeah, those runs are really impressive. Although I haven't actually watched any of them. How the run's been today? I died in Underhang twice after Moon, so yeah, it's going great. What was that? I just died in that pit. Yes, the Eater of Worlds does have its own music now. I think that's their plan. Give all the bosses unique music. Starting with the twins. I mean, Duke Vishon got like a new soundtrack quite a while ago when they used to not have one. It's cool. I mean, unlike the twins, I don't mind as much. I think Eater just used boss 1, which is used for a lot of bosses. That's kind of like the generic boss music. So if that can be replaced, it's alright. Okay, that's the wrong direction. I forget if there's any other bosses that have gotten new music recently. Who else is there? There's Destroyer and Skeletron. Do those both just have boss 1? Maybe like King Slime. Does King Slime have a unique song? Maybe. There was a time I knew a lot about Terraria. Back in 1.2 or 1.3. I knew so much about the game. I was very confident about my Terraria knowledge, and then they kept coming out with updates and I couldn't keep up. And I'm basically like, I don't know. There's so much I don't know about the game. I just kind of accepted at this point. Empress was, well, Empress had a song when they were released in 1.4. King Slime, Skeletron, Skeletron Prime, Your Worlds. Okay. Well, I think Boss 1 is definitely going to stay with Eye of Cthulhu. That's like their theme. It could be kind of weird if the rest of them got their own music. Maybe Skeletron and Skeletron Prime could share the same song. If they get a new one. And I can imagine a song for King Slime alongside the Slime Rain. Which just says, doesn't the Queen Slime have their own song? I'm bad. Why did you drop? Get me out of here. Wow. I actually did it. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. I don't know how to do this. I think I'm just getting lucky. I do it from here? Ah, I can't. Are you tamed? Here, I got more for you. Yeah. Whoa. Really? Mess that up. Hey, this is past the attempt 300. I guess, yeah. And if it does start quite close to Gourmand, so you can kind of take a similar route there. Whoa, that actually worked. I haven't gotten that to work yet. That's 2 lizards. I thought it was just 1. Every time they hear something, they stop moving. So I'm waiting for that blue lizard to enter the fight, but he keeps hearing me and pausing. Thank you. Oh, good song is playing, so I have to try again. I think that's it. We're not making any progress at all. Man, it's yeah, we're still here. Nothing's changed in like a month, 2 months. Has it been 2 months? Almost 3 months actually. We're still in the same spot. When's the last time I finished a run? That was good. No, I can't say that because then I wouldn't include any run at all. I guess the Saints finished with a decent one. So I had like one okay Spearmaster run. I guess Gourmand also had a big mistake. I'm just never at the point where I can actually like finish a run and be like, that's it, that run is done, you know? And of course that's mostly because I just don't focus too much on any single run. But I mean, for Spearmaster, you know, or Artificer, those runs still aren't great. They could be a lot better, and I've also spent so much time on them. I guess the more I try to improve a run, the more difficult it becomes. So that can just never really happen. Well, I mean, you all get the idea. That's gonna be the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya. I might do this tomorrow.